Hello everyone, this is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to just take a look at some Strat-O-Matic Baseball 2019 PC version. And we have all the cards when you buy the PC version. And disclaimer, I bought the card and dice version also because of the 2018 Red Sox. And I bought the extra cards, even though I bitched and complained about them, because I wanted the whole full set because I'm going to enjoy it. And it's my entertainment dollars. That being said, they should give you the extra cards when you purchase it, but I bought them anyway. But what we're going to do, it's kind of fun. I rolled a few games. I was home, been home with my dad, helping him with his medical issues. And what was fun was Chris from Espo's Strat Network had said there's so many strikeouts and home runs on these cards, and he played a game today using his I gotta go back and watch it because I went out to deal with the snow. God, I hate snow. And I missed Clinton and ID live. I've listened to half of it, and I'll listen to the second half tomorrow. It's good stuff with Clinton and ID gesture. So I rolled a few games today. It was a lot of fun. I like Strat. I just like it. It brings me back to my childhood. As my Twitter wife, Bobby Cantillano, is in the chat saying hello to me. And we have the original Grognard, who has a big stream coming up on Thursday with his women's wrestling league. Check that out. Valentine's Day special. And Robbie Wartburg, how you doing, my friend? So what I did notice was there is a lot of strikeouts and a lot of home runs. And I rolled 4 games. I play the PC version today, but I roll my own dice. And I was playing all the opening day games where the computer is managing. I'm just rolling the dice and seeing the results. It was a lot of fun. And the Red Sox crushed the Tampa Bay Rays 8-0, so that was cool. But let's take a look at some card images, and it's quite intriguing. The big one everyone wants to see is the Ohtani pitching card. And I did a video last night of it, if you want, against the 27 Yankees. I won't spoil it. It was a fun game, as my second screen has gone off. So let's go and get that back up here. That should not have shut down. There we go. There we go. Back up and running. All right, let's close this down. Let's get to the thing. So let's just, and again, if you're in the chat and you want to see a specific card of a player, feel free to tell me what you'd like to see. So I guess we will start with the Ohtani card, and he plays for the Los Angeles Angels. And he has 2 cards. You're going to see it over here. Shohei Ohtani, you can see he has his name twice. And if you're buying the card and dice version, you only get him as a batter's card. You have to buy the extra cards for $20, which I did, because I wanted a complete set because of the 2018 Red Sox historical year. But, so, this is his batter's card. I haven't loaded the pictures yet. And you can see, make sure that comes up. Yep, that comes up. So this is his batter's card. And last year he was Rookie of the Year. He batted .285 in 326 at-bats, 21 doubles, 2 triples, 22 homers, 61 ribbies. Walked 37 times, struck out 102 times. You're going to see that as a common theme with a lot of batters. They struck out over 100. A ton of batters struck out over 100 times. 10 stolen bases, caught stealing 4 times. Slugging percentage, outstanding, .564. On base, .361. So that's his righty-lefty split, and it's pretty good, you know, .285. Hits better against righties than lefties. So that is his batter's card. You can see the 1 column against righties. A lot of strikeouts for him there, but a solid card. So that was pretty fun doing the game last night where he pitched and hit. And here is his pitching card. Now this one the pitcher loaded up for, because you have to put cards into 2 spots for pitchers and hitters. So this is his pitcher's card. Again, he hurt his shoulder, I believe, last year. I don't know how much pitching he's going to do this year, if any. But he was 4-2 The Red Sox hammered him last year when he pitched against them. 3.31, not horrible. He had 10 starts. Through 52 innings, 38 hits, 22 walks. He struck out 63, and he only gave up 6 home runs. So that's a pretty fun card. And the way I'm going to use this card is I'm going to play him against a bunch of different teams, and we'll put some of those up on the channel because I find that fun. And we'll also do a card and dice version. Sometimes it'll be a PC version. Sometimes it'll be the card and dice version. But I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's his pitching card. He has a lot of strikeouts on there. He also has walks. All in all, it's not a bad pitching card. I mean, a 3.31 earned run average in this day and age, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, and again, the way I'm going to use the Ohtani card, the player card, I think we're going to put him against, like we just did the video last night of the 27 Yankees. A lot of fun. Getting some decent feedback on that, but either way, I like doing those things. So we're going to put them against some really good teams. And again, some of it will be on the PC, some of it will be card and dice, because I have extra teams from card and dice that I can actually input at some time and actually create them for the PC. So that's his pitching card. Let's go to the chat here. And this was Strat. There's Chris. And when I was watching one of his videos from opening day Strat, and again, I bitch and complain about them, but I bought everything, so I'm in a conundrum or whatever you call it. He said, and he's right, and I know he's right, but I was playing some games on I don't have my cards yet. I ordered everything last night, so you get the PC game, to which I forgot you have to actually load up there's a code. I'm sitting there going, where's my game? I downloaded it, and then you have to I had to go back in and get the code. But there is, you know what's funny, Chris, if you're still there? You know what's funny? If you're still there, and thank you for joining me, Chris, and there's Todd in the chat, and my Twitter wife, Bobby Cantalano, Robbie, Original Grognard, Todd B. What's funny about the Oakland Athletics, my God, did they strike out a gazillion times. And I played them today. Again, I let the computer manage both teams. And I was just rolling dice, enjoying the Strat game. Again, as much as I bitch and complain about them, it's not even the price. It's once in a while have a sale for everybody. The few times I get an email saying there's a sale, I never get the sale. I don't understand, but that's fine. I'm here to enjoy the game. So anyway, this is the Ohtani card. Not bad. Again, Chris had brought it up on his channel. It's not, it's not great, but it's not. It's 3.31 earned run average. Pretty good. But here's something that I found fascinating. I knew the A's struck out a lot, but until you actually look at how many times they struck out, holy crap. So let's go to Oakland. I'm trying to think Chris Davis. Again, I didn't load the pictures up yet. So here's Chris Davis's card. He struck out 175 times. To me, that's mind-numbing, but his slugging percentage, again, when he hit the ball, 549. So he had 48 home runs, 123 ribbies, and he batted 247. I mean, I'll take that. But I'd like to see him, cut down the strike, but 175 times. But again, slugging percentage, 549. So that's just one Oakland A's, Athletics, however you want to put it. And you can see the strikeouts all over the place. Just a ton of strikeouts. But again, he's got the 48 home runs. He's an RBI machine, 123, 247. That's not horrible. I don't think that's horrible for the amount of home runs and ribbies he knocked in. The slugging percentage is really good. Let me go back to the chat. As the Rear Admiral has joined us, Clinton Parks. I watched half of your interview with ID Gesture. And Beatles Eternally, how you doing, my friends? Hope all is well. I was dealing with snow. I'm sorry I missed it. Yeah, and Chris from Espo Strat, I still think they should have put the card in, but I understand what he's saying. As you know what, when I look at the second screen, I realize I don't think you guys can see me. Not that you want to see me. But he says, here's the deal with everyone upset about the Ohtani card. I get being upset, but the bulk of his time was spent hitting and not pitching. Yes, I agree, but they should have just give you the card. It would have been something nice. And I bought everything because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I wanted the card. I wanted the complete set for a historical 2018 Red Sox. So, as Clinton says on the ID gesture show, I was great, and I'm on the return list. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But anyway, it's just amazing to me how many times the Oakland A's struck out. So that's Chris Davis, 175. I mean, I think it was Joe DiMaggio and Ted Williams, or they actually walked more times than they struck out. It was ridiculous. Again, the game's changed, and they were great hitters. So let's just go former Red Sox, Jed Lowry. Again, he had a good year. Where's Jed Lowry? I'm on the Oakland A's, aren't I? Yes, I am. There he is, Jed Lowry, former Red Sox. Okay, he struck out 128 times, 267, 23 homers, 99 ribbies. Again, slugging percentage 448. So, I mean, they hit the ball, but, I mean, they were known for on-base percentage. I mean, 353, but you remember the whole what was it, Billy Bean Ball? Whatever Moneyball. You know, on-base percentage, get guys on. But my, has that changed? We got 23 home runs, 128 strikeouts. Oh, there was another, my God, there was a guy I just literally giggled. I think he was on the A's. Was it Matt Olson? 163 strikeouts, 247, 29 homers, 84 ribbies. Again, they're all the same type of players when it comes to hitting. But, I mean, you'll take it. I mean, the slugging percentage is there, but they're going to strike out a ton. So I played like 4 games. I stopped with the Red Sox game because I had to help my dad. And then I went out to deal with the freaking snow. There was a common theme. And again, Chris from Espo Strat, who's in the chat, check out his channel. Great job. And he's doing the George Brett replay, 1980. And he said a lot of strikeouts and a lot of homers. And my God, in every game, either like if a team got mashed or whatever, it didn't matter. One team hit a ton of homers. Some teams hit a good amount of homers, and there were a ton of strikeouts. And to me, it was a lot of fun. It's either a homer or a strikeout. It's almost like playing home run derby. So I agree with Chris from Espo Strat Network. This is going to be a fun set. And my brief apprehension about purchasing it is gone. I'm having so much fun with it. I did the Ohtani versus the 27 Yankees. Again, that's pretty much done in basic because the 27 Yankee team I have card and dice, and in the PC version, it's the old timers set, which is fine with me, but it's fun to say the names of Ruth and Gehrig against Ohtani and Trout. And it was a fun game. But that's if there's any cards someone would like to see, or a team, a couple of cards. So I'll go to Boston. Well, let me go to the chat real quick, as everyone's just making each other's laugh, so that's cool. As Chris from Espo Strat said, this set is equal to the 68 strikeout and homers. And I got the 68 PC set last year, and I'm enjoying that as I'm doing my Bob Gibson, Denny McLain challenge against the 2017 playoff team, 12 best teams as I deem them. And that's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is actually a really, really good set. My brief apprehension about buying it, gone. I'm really enjoying it. The Cubs, the Bears has joined us, and I got to move this so I can see it, as my eyesight as I get older is fading. He says, I am proud to live in a world where the most burning issue is whether or not a particular baseball card belongs in the edition player set or not. That's awesome. You should be proud. I love the Cubs, the Bears. How you doing, my friend? The reason the Sox won so many games, they manufactured runs. Yes, they did. That's an excellent point, Chris. Al, show the Arenado card, Colorado card. He abuses lefties. Okay, cool. That's why we're doing this, just to show cards. because I would love to do like my friends on YouTube do. I love watching the card, but I have my camera. I mean, really, can you see? And again, these are, I bought this. I tell you what, though, I bought the 90s and 80s set, A and B. Very happy with that. So, I mean, I have those cards. But I mean, the camera doesn't really show it. And I'm like, well, I can show it with the PC, you know? And at least you guys can see it. You can't see the basic side, obviously, but there is basic. You can play basic in there if you set it. I just play it the way the game's going to set. So we're going to go to Colorado, and that's a good one. Colorado, and I'm not very familiar, but I know that Arenado, okay. Nolan Arenado. And he does abuse lefties. Am I on the right card? I want to make sure that there's not another Arenado. Nope, that's the right one. So, Chris asked to see this card, and he knows that he has the set, but it's kind of fun to look at them. Yeah, look against lefties. Column 1. 9 and 10 and 12 are sure outs. Column 2, not so good. Column 3, he doesn't make an out on column 3. Wow. And I think Chris from Espo Strat Network brought that up. I think that was one of the cards. I'm almost positive that was one of the cards he showed when he was at opening day Stratomatic. Again, I bitch and complain about him. I buy the product. I just wish when there is a sale, I don't understand when the few times I actually get an email. I'm signed up for the email. I never get the emails. They hate me, I'm telling you. And I put the code in, and I don't get a sale. I'm like, okay. And I still buy it, because I'm me. So, yeah, wow. Column 3 against lefties, there's not an out. Walk, walk, walk. Double, single, split, single, walk, walk. Oh, no, I'm wrong. 9 against the lefty, column 3, the only chance of an out, it's a 50-50. Because 1 through 10 is a single, and so 11 through 20 on the 20-sided die is a ground ball C. So there is a minute chance of getting him out on the 3 column. That being said, against righties, the 1 is the best there. But that's a fun card. And I don't play too much, obviously, of Colorado. That's why I'm literally going to try to play every game. And again, I'm not going to do any of the managing. I put the computer on, I have the lineup set for what they really were, and I just roll the dice and I enjoy imagining and seeing it. I mean, again, will I get through all the games? Probably not, but I'll do the most I can. I just want to see all the teams and get a flavor for them, because it is really fun. The strikeouts and homers are mind-numbing. Is there any other cards anyone would like to see? As my friend, Mr. Utah Mike, who's very good, oh my God, Craig from RNGIDP says Arenado. Oh boy, he's a Colorado fan. And Farm 1 is there. He says, let's see Trevor Story card. What team does he play for? I know that's sacrilegious, but again, I watch a lot of Red Sox and Yankees. Trevor Story. I mean, I could search for him. If you could tell me what team Farm 1, I'd be more than happy to show you. Hi, Glenn. How you doing? Yes. Oh, the new features. That is really cool. They have some more shifting, and I'll play a game. I'm not going to do it tonight. The game I used with the Ohtani card didn't really show you the features because they played against the 27 Yankees. And again, I like to do stuff like that. I like to play the what-if factor. To me, it's like Barnum and Bailey or a boxing promoter. What do the people want to see? What do I think the people want to see? And that's what I think they'd like to see. So what team does he play for? George Sisler. I can show you George Sisler. Someone wanted to see a specific card, but I'm not. A Trevor Story. Farm 1 wants to see Trevor Story. Colorado. Okay, thank you. As if I looked up at the screen. All right, Trevor Story for Colorado. Right there. All right, let's double click on that. Can you guys see the cards good? Because I made them larger, but it got blurry. It looked blurry to me when I made them larger. All right, Trevor Story. He batted .291. Nice card. Again, I'm not familiar with Colorado, even though they're a good team. Uh, he had 598 at bat with shortstop, 37 homers, 108 ribbies, slugging percentage 567. I'm a big slugging percentage guy. On base 348. He struck out 168 times, but he hit 291. I mean, you got to take that. I'd be nice if he cut his strikeouts, but Mike, what can you complain? 291, 37 homers, 108 ribbies. Now, some people obviously plays for Colorado. They might say because of the stadium, but hey, that's where he plays. New York has a short right field porch. Some people say Fenway's small, but to be honest, and it is. But to be honest, the Green Monster takes away more home runs than it giveth. More line drives become doubles. That would be homers in other parks. So that's my opinion. Again, I'm a Red Sox fan. So let's take a look at that. The two column against righties and lefties is, oh wow, against lefties. Look at this. Home run 4, 5. Home run or double on the 6. Triple or double on the 7. Home run basically on the 8, 1 through 19. You got really bad luck if you roll 20. And then you have a double and a single slash. So I think that's I don't really understand what that means. I'm assuming that's a single, 1 through 14. There's other meaning to it. Again, I'm not the strat guru. We have Mr. Utah Mike in there and Chris from Espo Strat and other people. That's why the PC version, again, I'll put it in my terms. It's dumbed down for me. I don't have to look at a ton of charts. I kind of like, because I've been playing the card and dice again, some of the stuff I know, so I kind of try to figure it out in my head beforehand, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's a good card. That is an excellent card. So even the two-column righties and lefties is pretty good. Even against righties, you got a home run on the 4. 1 through 5 is a home run double. Triple double on the 6. 7 is a double, but that's only 1 through 2. So that's a good card. I mean, the man hit 37 homers, 108 RBIs. Again, I'm a slugging percentage guy, though the strikeouts are mind-numbing to me. Again, I keep going back to Chris from Espo Strat. He talked about it. And that's the first thing I did when I was going through all the teams, playing just, again, rolling some dice. And I looked at every card in the lineup. And I was like, oh my God, these guys strike out a ton. I mean, I knew there's a lot of strikeouts at Homer, but until you see it, it's fascinating to me. Let's go back to the chat. I'm babbling along like a giddy schoolgirl. Dave Gardner's in the chat. How's your mom doing? I hope she's doing better. And she will get better. See if there's any other. As everyone's saying, they saw Clinton. Oh, Beatles want to see George Sisler. Beatles, tell me. I know George Sisler. I just don't know what team. I'm going to assume George Sisler played. I have the old timers, so tell me the team, Beatle. I'll tell you another cool thing. I don't know where to find it anymore, but a fan created. Let me just show you this real quick. I've been wanting to show people this, and I can't remember the site. I've been trying to find it because I wanted to put the link. I wanted to put the link in one of my streams. But what this person did was basically make up all decade teams for American and National League, and I believe he used the all-time free agent set, as I call it. So let's just look at the 20s. Or okay, let's look at the. Did he do the 1900s? No, he started with the 20s. So like he does the 1920 American League decade. So this is a fan created this, and you could download it for free, but you had to have. It wouldn't work unless I think it would. Well, maybe it would work anyway. But I have the historical and all-time historical files. So let's look at the Yankees. And this is a fan created this. So this is kind of cool because they actually have arm ratings. And in the old basic cards, like the old-timer sets, there's no arm ratings. So let's just look for Babe Ruth, as he's definitely on the 20s team. And it's like an average of their career. So, here's Babe Ruth. And these pictures are loaded in, which I love. I love having the pictures here. So Babe Ruth, they're taking it off. Sometimes they say what year? 19. So this is Ruth. Oh, that's his rookie year. Rookie year, I believe. And I think the 1914 is his rookie year. I kind of went back. I want to say that's his rookie year. So that's just a year they had to put in. But this is a fan created this, and you can see there's an arm rating, which is cool, -2. And so he did this for every decade, and I wish I could remember the site, and I've been trying to find it. Because I don't think, maybe I could load the files up. I'm not quite sure how to do that. And then you can see he does it up to the 70s, which is really cool. I've been playing a lot of the 70s. And as you know, my Red Sox. So, man, this is the Red Sox from the 70s. And let's just take a look at Yastrzemski. And he's also on the 60s Red Sox. But I mean, this is a fan-created league, so I thought that was really cool. And he does it 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So it's a ton, and the schedule's all set, and it's really a lot of fun. And 61, yeah, it's his rookie. So I think what the creator did was just put in the rookie season. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. No one cares, but it's just, that was the coolest thing when I first bought Strat. I was able to find that. I don't know if Beatles showed me that. Beatles, you might have showed me that. Beatles says, yep, Ruth's 1914. Sisler was 1915. So what team does Sisler play? Because he's in, I mean, I know Sisler, I just don't remember. But anyway, that's a fan-created league, and that takes a lot of time. And there are people, if you don't, and again, you don't see too much on the Field of Dreams replay when it comes to Strat, but if you have Action PC, there's a ton of, what's the word it's called? Home brew. This is a home brew. The person did a home brew for this. It's incredible. But Action PC, if you play it, there is a ton of home brew seasons for football, baseball, basketball, pro and college, football, pro and college, golf, and that's Field of Dreams replay. And I put that before in a link in my chats before. But that you should go there if you don't want to. And Dave Koch has great sales anyway. He has another one. Just check it out, like $9. You're going to get a bunch of different basketball seasons if that's something that you like. But back to 2018 and Sisler. I actually want to show Sisler for Beatles. St. Louis Browns. Thank you. So the Browns must have been an American League team because the Cardinals are National League. And he would be in the 20s, I think. St. Louis. George Sisler. George Sisler. And again, there's so many great places to find the little photos. I mean, you can get them off a Strat site. In fact, there's a gentleman who's doing the whole 2018 Strat, and he'll have it done on the 15th of this month. And that site, let me look that up real quick. But this is George Sisler. And again, this is a fan-created, so that's his rookie season, 1915, I assume. And again, it gives the ratings. So you're going to get like AA Steeler. You're going to get A Bunting, B, and it's an average. Where they get this from? All right, so George Sisler. I have the all-time file, and then we'll get back to 2018. I just felt like showing you this. All right, that's George Sisler. I don't think I can click on it. I have to close that. Let me close that. So if I go to the historical, and what I did was I was trying to figure out where they're getting the numbers from. If you go to Baseball Reference, it's the average of their career, and that makes sense. That's where he got it from. So if I go to the, and I have not done enough with this file, but it's really cool. I have all the players who had, they could have one at bat, and I have them all up into 2016. I think it goes up to 2016, the file I have. So 1900 career historical. Then you click on free agents, and I got a gazillion guys. So Sisler. And I'm pretty sure this is where the person made. But the time it takes, you got to make the teams. I'll tell you, this is one thing Strat does really well. I do like this. I made my Italian-American Red Sox using this. I'm going to make like state teams, meaning you had whatever state you were born in. Massachusetts has a ton of good ball players. So does New York, California. Rhode Island had some good ball players too. I was just looking at it for ha-has. So let's look for Sisler. Did I already miss him? Sisler. Where is he? 1900s? I would assume he was in the 1900s. Oh, 1910s. Okay, yeah. My bag. My bag, as my nephew says. My youngest nephew. Sisler. Yeah, you can do so much with this file. I just have to... Here he is, George Sisler. 1915. So, B. Bunter. He might have adjusted a little bit. I didn't see what his bunting was. So this is basically, if you went into Baseball Reference, and George Sisler, he averaged 340, 7 homers, 86 ribbies, slugging percentage 468, on base 379, strikeouts 24. Pretty good. Again, different ball game then. But anyway, that's pretty cool. All right, back to 2018. See, you think I just bashed Strat. I don't. I actually do enjoy the game. And we're just going to have the enjoyment talk now. All right, any more cards anyone wants to look at? Yep, thank you, Beatles. 1910 career. Mr. Utah Mike, where do we find that set? I don't remember. I wanted to put. Are you talking about the one, the homebrew? I really. Oh God, what was it? I have to find that link again. I have it somewhere. I save all the cool links. I just can't find it again. And it was great. I've played. I'll just show you again. No one wants to see it, but I will show you, and then we'll get back to the 2018 and pick out a team if you'd like to look. We'll take a look at the Red Sox and the Dodgers and Mike Trout, the usual suspects. So I've been playing the 1970 American League. And if I go statistics and team stats, will this pop up? Does that pop up? Yes, it does. Awesome sauce. And let's go standings. That's not on that one. Okay, that's not that one. I thought that was... Where are the standings? Oh, league. Maybe it's league. Team. Player. Statistics. League stats. That's what it is. Alright, so league stats. Make that bigger. So right now, for the 1970s decades, Milwaukee's in first place by a half game over Baltimore. My beloved Red Sox are 2.5 back at 21 and 16. The Yankees are 4 back, 20 and 18. Oakland, 26 and 14, 1 game ahead of the Royals. And the person did a really nice job of creating the Decade League. It's a lot of fun. Close that. Anyway, and I'll try to find that file because it is a fun file. You can make it yourself. Again, I made the Italian-American Red Sox. My stipulation was you didn't as long as you were in the system, you could play. Because I wanted Rizzo on the team, and he came up with the Red Sox, never played at the major league level. He was in the trade that he went to San Diego for crybaby Adrian Gonzalez. So... Alright, so let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox. Mookie Betts. And I think this picture loaded because I fooled around with it. And I took it from a different... So there's Mookie Betts, the MVP. And Mookie Betts. And you could see 91 strikeouts, but he walked 81 times. So that's a decent... I mean, again, strikeouts just under 100. 346. 32 homers, 80 ribbies. Outstanding defense. -1 arm, I feel it. He's a 1 with a -4 arm E1 in right. And he can also play second because he played a few games there. And as Chris from Espo Strat Network said, they did something. They manufactured runs, and they could mash the ball too. So Mookie Betts won the MVP, 346, 32 homers, 80 ribbies, 81 walks, 91 strikeouts, 30 stolen bases, caught 6 times, slugging percentage 640, on base 438. Awesome. So now let's look at Mike Trout. Now here's my pet peeve. Mike Trout's a great player. His teams that he's played on in the recent years stink, in my opinion. Again, not his fault, but he won, what was it, 2 years ago? He won the MVP. He had very good numbers, but would it have made a difference had he not played? No. Team's no good. Again, not his fault, but so let's look at Mike Trout. I love this guy, Cole Calhoun. This sounds like it's a John Wayne character. Cole Calhoun struck out 133 times. He batted .208, 19 homers, 57 ribbies. The Angels have a ton of these guys. Anyway, Mike Trout. And the thing with the PC game, you get all the players. And if you set it up for as-played lineups, you'll get them when you're supposed to get them. Like you can see Ian Kinsler's on the team. Obviously, he finished the year with the Red Sox. Thank you, Ian Kinsler, for not fielding a freaking ground ball. We could have swept the Dodgers. So Mike Trout right here. 312, 39 home runs, 79 ribbies. Struck out 124 times, but he walked 122. Slugging percentage, again, 628, outstanding. 460 on base. So, again, that's why Mookie Betts deserved the MVP. Again, Mike Trout, very good year, great year, but their team, he beat him. He beat him in average. I think Betts had 32, so Trout had that, but Mookie Betts got him in RBI by 1. And look at the strikeouts, 124. Anyway, I would take either one. Obviously, I'd take Betts. I'm a Red Sox fan. So that's a pretty cool card. There's a lot of cool cards. The A's were just, now I remember the team I wanted. Chicago White Sox. I think they have all Dave Kingmans on their team. Oh, that's the team. I was trying to remember what team I played. I was just in shock how many times. So I think it's Tim Anderson was one of them. Tim Anderson struck out 149 times, 20 homers, 64 ribbies. Again, 240. Slugging percentage, though, 406. On base, 281. So, again, he only walked 30 times. So he struck out 149 times. Where is... I'm trying to remember the names from today. Jose Abreu. 265, 22 homers, 78 ribbies, struck out 109 times, slugging 473. They don't walk at all, these guys. They're like a strikeout. I was laughing. I called them Team Dave Kingman. Where? He didn't play a lot, but he started in left field in game 1. 80 strikeouts, 215 batting average. My God. Look at the Ks on this guy. Against lefties. They struck out a ton. Juan Minea, he's a pitcher. Alright, let's see. Tim Anderson. I just gotta look at the silhouettes. Pitcher. I didn't see his card. Let's take a look at Wellington. 170 at bats. I want Adam Engel. 235. Struck out 129 times, 6 homers, 29 ribbies, 18 walks. I mean, this has to be the most free-swinging team, the Chicago White Sox. Again, I remember when they played the Red Sox during the year, they would mash the ball, but they did strike out a ton. But until you see it, like on the card or in stats, anything, you just sit there and you go, oh my God, how many times these guys strike out? So anyway, that's the White Sox. Let's go back to the chat. And what's going on in the chat? Kong. Todd B says Kong. Yeah, let's look at, actually, for ha-has, Dave Kingman, what year was he a rookie? I'm going to guess he came up in the late 60s. So let's look for, let's see what Kingman did historically against. So just I'll give you a feel for when I say Dave Kingman. Let's look at the 60s career historical. And my guess, he came up in this, was a rookie in the late 60s. I could be wrong. It's either that or the early 70s. I know he was playing for the Giants, I believe. Let's look at Kingman. It's going to be the 70s. Okay. Came up in the early 70s. So you just get a feel for the striker, because he struck out a ton. Oops. Dave Kingman. Hold on to the mouse, Al. And where are you, Mr. Kingman? I thought I saw you. Dave Kingman. So here's Dave Kingman. So he was a rookie in 71. He averaged 135 strikeouts a year. And again, when you take his totals, if you go to Baseball Reference, they pretty much mimic this. There is sometimes a slight difference, I noticed. So Kingman, and 33 homers, 90 ribbies, 236, slugging percentage 478, on base 302. He did have a couple years where he hit 280. I think that was when he was at Chicago, or close to 280. But that's when I say Dave Kingman. Again, 45 walks, 135 strikeouts, but 236 batting average, 33 homers, 90 ribbies. I mean, again, not horrible. He played a ton of positions. Not really good at any of them. Not horrible, though. If you hit the ball at him, he's going to catch it, basically. All right. Well, I've babbled on for a bit now. We'll go a little more. But I have to say I'm happy with my 2018 Strat set. And I'm going to be getting the card and dice. Look forward to that. So, are there any teams you want to see? Farm One says Dave Nicholson was originally strikeout king for the White Sox. As Todd B says, yep, Giants. About Kingman, probably. Lindor, that's a good card. Farm One says Lindor. Yes, Cleveland. Cleveland trounced in my replay. Again, offline, I was playing. They won. Was it? I think they beat Chicago. Lindor, yes, he has a heck of a card. And he's a shortstop for the Indians, Cleveland. So let's look at Lindor. That's a good one, Farm One. Again, just if I miss it, just put it back in the chat. So here's Francisco Lindor. 277, 38 homers, 92 ribbies. He struck out 107 times, but he walked 70 times. Slugging percentage 519, and on base 352. His best columns for righties or lefties is the 3 column. And again, you're talking out on the 2, 11 and 12. There's only 3 outs on column 3 for against lefties. Against righties, 2, 9, and same thing, only 3. So that 3 column's good against either righties or lefties. The 2 column against lefties isn't bad. The 1 against righties, not so good. You got a hit by a pitch, and then you have a single 1 through 8 split. So that's a good one. Let's look at Edwin Encarnacion for the Indians. I should have came up with a list. Once I start looking, then I remember the players. So 246, 32 homers, 107 runners knocked in. He struck out 132 times. Oof. Swing and a miss. Not a lot of hit and run going with these teams. He walked 63 times, slugging percentage 474, on base 336. This is Edwin Encarnacion. He plays first base, and he's a 4 with an E8. Not a lot of stealing ability, not a lot of speed. Power hitting first baseman. So that's another fun card. Trying to think. Was it Bradley Zimmer? There was someone I saw, he struck out 200 freaking times. I wish I could remember who it was. No, not Bradley Zimmer. And I don't remember if it was on Cleveland, but I just was like, holy cow, that guy struck out 200 times. Lonnie Chisenhall? No. So this is Yonder Alonso, another first baseman. 250, 23 homers, 83 ribbies, struck out 123 times, slugging percentage 421, 317. And let's just go back to Oakland, because I found that actually fascinating. Because they made the playoffs, right? They made the playoffs. Clicked on the wrong thing. They just struck out. I mean, it's no longer Moneyball there. They hit a ton of homers. Jonathan Lee Croy, the catcher. That's not a good one, but I mean, again, 65 strikeouts. That's not dreadful. Piscotty didn't have a... Did he have a ton of strikeouts? 114. So he had 267, 27 homers, 88 ribbies, walked 42, struck out 114. So again, if this... I keep going back to Chris from Espo Strat, and just because he mentioned it when he was at opening day Strat. Ton of strikeouts, ton of home runs. It's going to be a really fun set. As Bobby says, oh my God, Al, don't look at my chat. Okay. 1971. So let's see. Ken says, yes, DSH Al flashed the group. I don't know what that means. D. Scott Howard, how you doing, my friend? How are the goats? Check out that channel. Lots of goats channel. Lounger Lizard. Oh boy. Lounger Lizard says, too many Ks in today's MLB. Contact hitters are a thing of the past. Everybody wishes something. Yep, lots of strikeouts. Lots of strikeouts. You are correct. And I assume he's a Tigers fan because he has a Tigers logo. Let's look at some Detroit Tigers for Lounge Lizard. And then we'll just finish up with the Red Sox. Yankees. I haven't looked at the Yankees, and I like Aaron Judge. So let's look at some Tigers. Miguel Cabrera. Let's see what he did. Okay. So again, only 134 at bats for them. But 299, 3 homers, 22. Did he get hurt? Or did he get traded? I'm trying to think. But look at the one column for him. Against lefties and righties. There's only, against the one column against lefties, there's only 2 outs. 2 outs, the 9 and the 12. Against righties, 9 and 12 again, only 2 outs. He just has more walks there. So 1-3 against lefties, not bad. He'll get on base. That's his on base, it looks like. So 395 on base, 448. And that's Miguel Cabrera. Let's see who else we can look at. Trying to see names that jump out at me. Detroit has not had a stellar year in recent pasts. Is there anyone you'd like to see, Lounge Lizard? Throw out some names, Lounge Lizard. Take care, Todd. Thank you for stopping by. So we're going to wait for... Oh, Jose Iglesias, former Red Sox. 269. Again, a very good glove. So he's a shortstop. He's a 1E10. Very smooth. He was very fun to watch for the brief time he was with the Red Sox, playing the field. And he played on the Detroit team that lost to the Red Sox in the playoffs. I want to say it was the Boston bombing year. Was that 2013? So 269, 5 homers, 48 ribbies, 19 walks, 47 strikeouts. I mean, the Red Sox would have took that from him. So that's Iglesias. As Lounge Lizard says, not really. Yep, they're in rebuild mode. Sports Time Machine, our good friend Mr. Utah Mike. 2014, thank you. Says Nola of the Phillies. Okay, let's look at Nola of the Phillies. Nola. All right, Aaron Nola, pitcher. 17-6, 2.37 earned run average, 33 starts. Struck out 224, 17 homers he gave up through 212 innings. So that's pretty good. Now let's compare him. I wish I could. I don't think it'll let me click on. Yeah, it's not gonna let me. All right, so let's remember his stats. 17-6, 2.37, 224. Just jot those down real quick because I'm going to show you Sale's numbers. And I thought Sale had a down year, and then you see his numbers, and they're not bad. They're actually pretty good. 17-6, 237, struck out 224, gave up 17 home runs. All right, and that's Aaron Nola. And that was for Mr. Utah Mike. All right, let's go to Boston. Sale. Sailing. Chris Sale. So Sale was 12-4, 2.11, struck out 237, and he only gave up 11 homers, and he closed out the World Series for the Red Sox. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty... Degrom for the Mets. That's a good one. Scherzer for the Nats. Yes, Degrom. Degrom, this is going to be interesting. He won the Cy Young. Let's just look it up. Because, again, how they vote... Oh, wrong thing. All right, Degrom. Jacob Degrom. He was 10-9, but the Mets team was so bad. You want to talk about no run support? He was 10-9, 1.70, and he only won 10 games. That's how bad the Mets were. And he won the Cy Young. I'm almost sure of it, right? Didn't he win the Cy Young? He struck out 269. He only gave up 10 home runs. It would be interesting. It'd be interesting to put Degrom. I think you can do it when you trade him and put him on a different team and see how he turns out. Because he's going to still be around that 1.70, but you put him on a team that gives him some run support. I mean, look at this. Look at all the Ks. The 5 column of death for lefties and righties. And the 6, look, 5 and 6. Just put your bat down. You're out. You're out. Columns 5 and 6. For righties or lefties. Thank you for being here, Mr. Utah Mike. Thank you. Lounge Lizard says, is the game worth an upgrade? I bought 2018 not so long ago, and they had a sale. Haven't played much, though. Well, let me just show you after. I'll show you. I'm not the... They did changes. They have shifts and stuff like that. I'm not the expert to say... whether you should buy it or not. I buy it because I wanted the 2018 Red Sox. And it brings me back to my childhood, so it's fun. I wish... It does look like they added some other little things saying, oh, this guy hits good in this situation, this guy hits good in that situation. The visual of it is exactly the same. They have a few different stat things. And I'm not the expert at that. You can probably go on their site and they'll tell you about it. And I will be playing some games on the channel, league games, so you can see. And again, I couldn't even tell you. The thing I noticed was there were shifts. When I played computer versus computer, and I was just rolling my own dice and seeing the results. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Even the Red Sox, I did that. I loaded in the right lineups with the right pitching for that day. You can do that, and I let the PC do everything else, and I just roll the dice, and I go from there. So, but what I did notice, they had a lot more shifting, and they had a few different colors saying that this guy hits better in this situation, or they're weaker in this situation. So that, again, did it change a lot to me? No. The shifting I noticed. Now, without playing the game to see if I can do the shifting, because I just click on bench coach recommendations or something. So that's Jacob Degrom, and we're going to have to throw some games with him. You know what? That 1.70 is like year the pitcher. And again, there's a lot of strikeouts, and Chris from Espo Strat mentioned that it rivals the 68 set. Imagine that your ERA is 1.70 and you only won 10 games. That's awful. Not that the pitcher's awful, the team stinks. So he was 10-9. All right, so let's look at, the Lounge Lizard. I wouldn't push you to buy. I mean, again, had the Red Sox not had the tremendous year, would I have bought it again? Maybe, but probably would have leaned a little away from it. I've been looking at Status Pro. As Beatles Eternally, if he's still in the chat, he'll tell you we're gluttons for punishment. I loved all kinds of different baseball games, whether it's card and dice or PC, mostly PC. Then I got back into card and dice. So, if you just bought 2018, I wouldn't buy 2019 if you're not sure of it. Don't waste your money until you're sure. Again, Strat does a thing where you can't get the 2018 season unless you buy the whole new game. They should let you, but they're Strat, they do what they want. It should be an upgrade. So, all right, let's look at, I think you said Scherzer. You want to look at Scherzer? Scherzer, Nationals, 300 Ks. Yep. Let's look at Scherzer. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Again, I just wanted to share because if there's any cards someone wants to see, Washington, Scherzer, Max Scherzer, former Tiger, 18-7, 2.53, excuse me, 300 strikeouts. Ouch. You know, it'd be funny to put him against the freaking Chicago White Sox. Oh my God, I'm going to do that game. I'm going to do that. We're going to do Scherzer against the White Sox and see how many he'll strike out. So he was 18-7, 2.53. Again, not a ton of run support. What am I saying? 18-7. My disregard what I just said. I was thinking weird. So 18-7. You think he would have won 20 with a 2.53 though. It would be interesting to see what his run support was. 23 homers. He struck out 300. And again, column 4, put your bat down if you're a lefty. Just put it down. Most likely you're out. Actually, you are out. You're out on every roll in column 4 for if you're a lefty. For a righty, well, you might have a single on the 2 and you might walk on a 12. Other than that, put your bat down. And there's an X chance there. And actually, there's an X chance here too on the 3. Oh, I'm sorry. 9, 10, and 11. Oh, 9 and 10 are X. So those are fielding. You got to see what the fielder does. But most likely, you're out. 5, again, 2, 12. Wow. So you better hit his 6 column. You better hit his 6 column. And that's still 6, 5, 3. And if you're a lefty, 9, 7 split with a 1 through 11. You got a double or a single on the 6, a home run, or a double on the 5. So you better hit that 6. So that's another good card. That's a good one, Mr. Utah Mike. Matt Scherzer. Cool. Oh, let's see Mr. Bryce Harper. How many times did Mr. Bryce Harper strike out? Mr. Bryce Harper batted .249, 34 homers, 100 ribbies. He struck out 169 times, though he walked 130. That's kind of insane. Slugging percentage, .496. Lots of walks. Again, he did walk 130 times. So lots of walks and strikeouts. Against a lefty, he doesn't have a clean homer. It's 1 through 16 on the 6, then a double, and then on the 10, 1 through 16, and an out. Am I seeing that right? Yes. So against righties, walk, 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 walk. Singles, splits. Home run, 1 through 6. Home run, 6 is a clean homer. 10 is a clean homer. And again, that number sign means something else in advanced. Single. He only has 2 clean homers. And again, that can be adjusted with the number sign. But lots of walks. 130 walks, 169 strikeouts. Ryan Zimmerman. 289. He must have been hurt. I think, yeah, he was hurt. Oh, Machado. That's another. Let's look at Machado. He's going to start off with the Orioles, obviously, then go to the Dodgers. Manny Machado, Captain Crybaby, Captain Lazy. 297, 37 homers, 107 ribbies, 70 walks, 104 strikeouts, slugging percentage, .538, on base, .363. Shortstop, 3E14, third base, 2E10. The one column, pretty good for against lefties or righties. The 3's not bad either. So it's the 2 column that is not so good. So that's a pretty decent card for captain. I don't want to run down the first base line. So that's Manny Machado. Let's look at him on the Dodgers. Oop. Clicked too many times. Or do I have to go with the extra cards, I think? I mean, we'll load him up when he gets there. Yeah, I think I have to go to multi-cards. Dodgers. And with the Dodgers, 273, 13 and 42. And even with the Dodgers, he struck out 53 times. So I think the one with Baltimore, 37. We'd have to look at his whole thing. But anyway, that's the multi-cards. That's a cool thing about the PC. You get all the cards. Tone Cools asked, you like Tom Brady, who's better, Patriots or Red Sox? Well, I like both. So, they're 2 different sports. I'm happier when the Red Sox win, so I guess the Red Sox. Brady's got 6 Super Bowl rings. 6. So they can complain all they want about the Patriots. They win. I had to put up with that crap with the Cowboys and the Steelers when I was a kid. Oh well. My turn. Alright. Let's look at some Pirates for Beatles. And they play at PNC Park. And let's take a look at some Pirates. Former Yankee Francisco Cervelli. Let's take a look at Cervelli. 259. He can catch and play first. 12 homers, 57 ribbies, struck out 84 times. Ouch. 431 slugging, 378 on base. That's probably the only Pirate I could name right off the bat. Oh, Joe Musgrove. Kind of know his name. Pitcher. 6-9, 4.06. Struck out 100. Nothing to write home about. Other than that, that's all I know about the Pirates. Francisco Cervelli. Excuse me. Now let's go to the Yankees. And the big disappointment was Giancarlo Stanton, wasn't he? If you're a Yankee fan. Let's go look at Giancarlo Stanton. Excuse me. Giancarlo Stanton. Well, you know what? I say that. Again, they paid him a ton of money. 266, 38 homers, 100 ribbies, 70. He struck out 200. That's why I remember I was going through cards. He struck out 211 times. 211 times a man struck out. Holy cow. In the words of the late, great Phil Rizzuto. Slugging percentage 509, on base 343. He struck out 211 times. Look at the Ks on the 2 column against righties. He doesn't have a hit. Lefty's a little better. I mean, 266, 38 homers, 100 ribbies, 617 at-bats. You'd like to see him, if you're a Yankee fan, you obviously want to see that average come up. 211 strikeouts. Ouch. How do you feel about that, Mr. Utah Mike? As William Fergazzi, how you doing? How are you and the wife? He says, hi, Al. Just in time for my Yankees, absolutely. He's eternally still with us. 1845. I think he's trying to teach old school baseball to Bobby Cantolano. And as Bobby says, when did baseball start? And Beatles said 1845. All right, so that's Giancarlo Stanton. Now, one of my favorite baseball players. It's going to shock you. I like Aaron Judge. There's Aaron. Now he was hurt. Remember, he was hurt. It's not, and his pitcher loaded up. Yay. So Aaron Judge, 278, 27 homers, 67 ribbies. He struck out 152, slugging 528, and on base 392. So that's last year. Now, remember 2017. Let's go to 2017. We had 50 home runs. I literally bought the 2018 game just for this card. And I played a bunch of games early on, put them on the channel, had a lot of fun with them. Aaron Judge, 2017, when he's not hurt. Oh, I'm in the Mets. That would help to be on the Yankees, Al. Like, why can't I find Aaron Judge? Now, all these pitchers were loaded up because, like you'll see, like they're all loaded. See? Which they have in Strat, when the guy does it, he puts a year at the end. I mean, I could go in and delete, if I deleted every -17, they would load up for the whole game. I thought about doing that. There must be a way to do it program-wise, but you don't have to go into each individual one. But okay, Aaron Judge last year, year before, 2017, 52 homers, 114 ribbies. He struck out 208 times, though. But slugging percentage, 627. I love this card. I love it. I love it. And if you don't think I do, go back and look at all the videos I did with Aaron Judge when I first got the game. I like Aaron Judge. He gets it. He's friendly to fans. He gets it. Back to 2018. All right, let's look at some more of the Yankees. And Severino, Severino, 19-8, 3.39, struck out 220, gave up 19 homers. 5-column death, whether you're a lefty or righty, you're out. I mean, there's some fielding charts there with the X's. The 6-column, that's where you want to be if you're on his card. So Luis Severino. Red Sox he always seemed when he pitched against the Red Sox, like he'd get like 9 strikeouts, and then all of a sudden the Red Sox would hit him. You know, he'd lose like 4-1. That's what it seemed like when I was watching. I liked Luis Severino. Good pitcher. I don't know, Yankee fans in the chat, he seems to peter out at the end, towards the end of his season, but... So that's Severino. Where is... I think if Greg Bird could ever stay healthy... I mean, he had 11 homers, but he only batted 199, 272 at bats, struck out 70. If he could ever stay healthy, he could knock a few out. Where's Dylan Betances? Struck out 115. Though when I watched, it always seems like he was walking guys, but you look at that, 115, he only struck out, walked 26. So Dylan Betances, and he's good for, is that the inning? I'm trying to remember. Relief, 1 inning. I think that's what the 1 means. I think. I'd have to, when I get the cards in front of me, then I know. Let me just look at this for a second. I gotta find a picture. I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates 1990 set that I bought for the 80s and 90s. Let me find a picture. Stan Belinda. Yeah, so he's good for 1, as I got the arrow in front of it, he's good for 1 inning. I just want to, I don't know why I have to look at the card, the real card. So he's good for 1 inning. So you need a strikeout, tough situation, you want to bring him in and hope you hit that 4 or 5 column. Didi Gregorius, 27 homers, 86 ribbies, striking out 69 times. So he had a 494 slugging, 335 on base. And his pitcher loaded. That's cool. I'm in 2018, right? Right. Who else do we want to look at? CC Sabathia seems like he's under contract for a gazillion years. 9-7, 3.65. Again, the 3.65 in this day and age in pitching is not bad. It's actually pretty good, the way pitching goes. But he's only good for 5 innings. Again, that's the game's changed. 5 innings. 5 innings. What's Chris Sale's? Let's look back at Sale. I want to say 6. I want to say 6 innings. Yep, 6 innings. And then his fatigue factor kicks in. Rick Porcello, 6 innings. Rick Porcello was 17-7. Again, they gave him pretty good run support because he was 4.28 earned run average. Isn't that funny? So he won 17. Rick Porcello, again, good pitcher, 17-7 with a 4.28. Remember that, folks. 4.28, 17-7. You know where I'm going with this, right? Let's go back to the Mets. Degrom. (10-9), 1.70 earned run average. Imagine if Degrom pitched for the Red Sox. 32 starts. Let's just do for ha-ha's sakes. For ha-ha's. He plays for the Red Sox, Degrom. 1.70 earned run average. How many wins do you think he has? I will say he would be, with 269 strikeouts. Again, different ballpark. 1.7. My guess would be I'm going to give him, just going off, I'm only going to go off the 10 and 9. So I will give him, I would say he would be 16 and 3. I would say he'd be 16 and 3. That's just me. I'm just going off with the wins and losses. I'm not saying about anything else on other starts. I bet he'd be 16 and 3 with the Red Sox. So let's go to the chat real quick. As Beatles and Bobby having a conversation. Degrom would have won 22 or 23, William Fergazzi says. Yeah, I mean, he had no run support. We saw that Rick Porcello, who came up huge in the playoffs. Oh, I want to see my boy Nathan Eovaldi. Forgot to look at that. But yeah, I mean, again, 1.7, and you can see if you're on a bad team, obviously no run support. Let's see, Yoenis Cespedes. 9 homers, 29 ribbies. I think, did he end up getting traded, though? Travis Arnold, or whatever the heck his name is. That's a catcher. Jay Bruce, he strikes out a lot, doesn't he? 75, 319 at-bats. I mean, you know when look at all the players the Mets used. This is every player the Mets used in the season. So, and again, the Yankees, you can see there's a difference with how many players. But let's go back to the Red Sox. I forgot to look at Nathan Eovaldi. I don't know if we're going to have him. He might be one of those. Yeah, so. Oh, JD Martinez. That's a good card. All right, so this is JD Martinez. First year at the Red Sox, 330. 330. And he struck out 146 times. Unbelievable. 330 batting average. That's really good, right? 330. 43 homers, 130 ribbies, and he struck out 146 times. Slugging percentage, an insane 629. So he had a 629 slugging percentage, 402 on base. And what was Mookie Betts? 640 slugging percentage, 438. Let's look at Andrew Benintendi, my Paisan. 290, and he still struck out 106 times. 16 homers, 87 ribbies, 465 slugging percentage, 366. Bogarts, 288, 522 slugging percentage, 23 homers, 103 ribbies. He struck out 102 times. I like Rafael Devers. He has some fielding issues at third, but I like Rafael Devers. I see him in the future becoming a first baseman. That's what I see. 240, 21 homers, 66 ribbies, slugging percentage 433, but again, the strikeouts 121. On base, below 300, 298. Jackie Bradley Jr. strikes out a ton, 137. 230, he's a great center fielder, though. 234, 13 homers, 59 ribbies. He won the American League Championship MVP with a batting average below 200, but he knocked in 9 runs. If you recall, he was the MVP. Go back to Mr. Utah Mike, Sports Time Machine. Cespedes recovering from double heel surgery, out half the year, and Dernal, who I can't pronounce his name, Tommy John injury for a catcher. Okay, thank you, my friend. Oh my God, Chris Davis. That's a good one, Mr. Fergazzi. Watch this. I think he's with the A's, though. But let's look. Baltimore. Or there's another Davis with the A's. Okay, let's go Baltimore. Chris Davis. Okay, so who's the Davis with Oakland? I could swear there is a... Oh, there is a Chris Davis, but they're different, right? Because that's K-H. So let's look at this Chris Davis, who struck out a ton, too. Okay, so the Chris Davis for Oakland, spelled K-H-R-I-S, 247, 48 homers. I think I did look at this. I think I did. 123 ribbies. He struck out 175 times, 549 slugging percentage. So now let's look at the Chris Davis with a C for Baltimore. That's a good one, Mr. Fergazzi. Struck out 192 times. Batting average, oh my God, awful. 168. 16 homers, 49 ribbies. Look at all those Ks. He's like an ad for Kmart. K, 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 K. Strikeout, 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 strikeout. That is awful. Slugging percentage, 296. On base, 243. Why would you pay this man? Oh, wow. What are your thoughts on that, Beatles? An old school guy. Starling Marte, please. Absolutely. He's a Pirate, I would assume. Anyway, what are your thoughts on 168, 192 strikeouts? Slugging and on base below 300. That is poop. Starling Marte. For the Pirates. 277. This is for Beatles. Center fielder. 2 rating, -4 arm. I think -5 is the best you can get. And he's an E4, so that's a good defender. 277, 20 homers, 72 ribbies. 460 slugging, 327 on base. He struck out 109 times. 33 stolen bases, caught 14 times. 3 column, very good against lefties. He has normal power. So that 3 column, you have a 2 is an out, a 9's a strikeout, and a 10's an out. Other than that, you're on base. Against righties, a 3 column, the 2 is an out, strikeout 7, 8, double play ball 9, possibly, because it's a ground out 8 short. 10's an out. 11, home run split. You have the chance 1 through 16 for the homer, then it's a fly ball. And then a 12, the dreaded possible triple play, line out max. 1 column's not so good for him. You want to stay off the 1 column if you're playing the Pirates. You want that 3 column, and you want to really... You hit lefties pretty good. Let's see, 25%. 75% against righties. Not a bad card, Beatles. Pretty good card, actually. Beatles says, my thoughts are that Chris Davis should maybe play mini golf. Well, he's definitely getting paid way too much. Captain Swinger or Miss. D. Scott Howard. Dave Kingman would be a huge, no pun intended, in these days. Absolutely. Kingman would have made $1 gazillion. William Fragazi. Davis' miniature golf score would probably equal his batting average. LOL. That's pretty funny. As D. Scott Howard against his Dave Kingman would have been a huge star. And he was a pretty big star in his day anyway. Kong. Beadle says, in the old days, Davis wouldn't have gotten past what used to be called D-ball. I believe you're correct. I just find it amazing, the strikeouts. So now let's just go back to 68. So we're going to, again, use Degrom. So let's take a quick look at Degrom, because I find him fascinating. Am I wrong? Did he not win the Cy Young at 10-9? Again, his ERA 1.7. Can someone look that up? I don't want to keep saying that if I'm wrong. Or did Degrom win the Cy Young? I mean, I could go to Baseball Reference, but Baseball Reference sometimes locks up my computer, and that pisses me off. All right, so let's go back to Degrom and the Mets. Excuse me. So we're going to compare him to Denny McLain and Bob Gibson. So let's look at Degrom. Again, just to give you a taste. Let me write that down, because Al's a squirrely, forgets things. D. Scott Howard, Cy Young. Oh, he deleted it. Yes, he was. Okay, because I kept saying it. I remembered that. I was like, I remember he won the Cy Young. Now, could you have given it Matt Scherzer to... So Degrom, again, I can remember the 10-9. 10-9. 170 is insane. He struck out 263, and he only gave up 10 home runs. 32 starts. Again, had he pitched with a good team, a 20-game winner. All right, so he won the Cy Young, which I was right. I knew I remembered that right. So let's go to Scherzer with 300 strikeouts. Oh, let's look at Steven Strasburger. I know he was 10 and boy, his arm injury really hurt him. Struck out 156, 10 and 7, 374. I remember when he came up as a rookie, and the second Pudge was catching for them, and I remember the nasty movement on his pitches, and I remember Rodriguez turning to the umpire going, "Don't quit on it," and he's kind of laughing because Strasburg had so much late movement on the ball, so much movement, period. So, Scherzer, 18 and 7. His team just missed the playoffs. Well, not just, but they were a disappointment. 253, 300 strikeouts. Ugh. So, I mean, I know they gave it to Degrom with the 1.70, and that is astronomical, the 1.70. Would you have still, in the chat, would you have still given it to Degrom over Scherzer? I like those 300 strikeouts and the 18. 1.7 is insane, though. That's a good one. Sports Time Machine, a.k.a. Mr. Utah Mike, says, new work. Al, maybe 68 Gibson on a modern team and Degrom on a 68 team. Well, that's what's fascinating with my Denny McLain Bob Gibson challenge, and we're about halfway through. We're going to finish that one up soon. Before I start, you're going to see some some of the new set too, but not with a project yet. And I think it's going to be Degrom. I think it's going to be a Degrom project, and also Ohtani. Again, Ohtani doesn't compare, but just throw Ohtani against teams. But I think I'm going to go Degrom against what season? We could go with 68. The seasons I have are 68, 75, and then obviously 2016, because I bought the game 2016, 2017, and 2018. And those are the seasons I have. Now I have a lot of old teams. That's always fun to do. So we can do that too. All right, so let's go Degrom. That's a good one. I like that. I like thinking out of the box. That's cool, Mr. Utah Mike. So let's go to 68. National League, St. Louis. And I keep clicking, double clicking, sorry. The intense one, Bob Gibson. This team stinks offensively. I mean, stinks offensively. But Gibby was 22 and 9, 1.12. And if you've been following the McLean, okay, so he only gave up 11 homers, right? Degrom 10 and 9, 1.70. He get 11, and Degrom only gave up 10. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying. Degrom really did. I guess he did deserve the Cy Young. If he had run support, easy 20-game winner. The thing with Denny McLain in his 31-win season, he gave up a ton of home runs. And that's following suit in our little project we're doing against the 2017 teams, the 12 best as I deemed them. Remembering I couldn't use St. Louis because it thought it was a duplicate team. So I had to pick a different team. So now let's go American League. Detroit. Denny McLain. So Denny McLain was 31 and 6, 1.96. He gave up 31 homers. He did strike out 280. And I think Gibby was 222 or 230, something like that. So yeah, very comparable numbers. Degrom, except for innings pitched. I didn't write that down, but Denny McLain threw 336 innings. And Gibson, though I think Gibson was hurt early in the year. No, he threw 305 innings. No, 67 he was hurt. That's right. Broken leg. Our good friend Greg Gorecki from the Great White North in Canada told me that. Because I remember going, those stats can't be right when I first saw it. I think that was in Digital Diamond, but they were right. All right, so Degrom, definitely very comparable numbers to the year of the pitcher. That's pretty interesting. What else do we want to look at here, folks, before we call it an early morning? It's 1 a.m. Let's go to chat quick. Al needs to set rules. Rule number 1, Bobby, no drinking. No, you can drink. That's fine. Bobby can drink. It depends, you know. William Fergazzi. Yeah, Cards couldn't hit. Gibson would have lost more than 2 or 3. Would not have lost more than 2 or 3 on a good hitting team. Oh, I agree, William. Mr. Fergazzi. A horrible freaking team, that 68 team, when it comes to offense. The reason why I know, so we'll show you something. We'll give you a little update here, and then we'll call it a stream. My 2017 MLB, and this is the Denny McLain Bob Gibson challenge. Let's look at Bob Gibson. Then we'll look at Denny McLain. So we're halfway through. It's 24 starts. Actually, we're just over halfway through. Each Denny McLain and Gibson now each had 13 starts. So let's look at Bob Gibson, one of my favorite baseball players. And let's go to this. Is it notes or stats? Stats. Okay, so he's been a tough luck loser. Look at this one. He pitched 11 1/3 innings and he lost. He has 1 no decision. The bullpen blew that game. So his first start he lost. Then he had a no decision. Then he won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. And then he's lost 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's given up a total. His last one was 1 earned run, 3 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 3 earned runs. And I think, I forgot where we look. Let's do replay. No, not there. Or maybe it is a no, it's not. Where is it? I can't find what I'm looking for. But anyway, so he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 7-5 with 1 no decision. What team was that? Yeah, Horner blew the game on. He got to know. I remember that one. He had the lead, but he had guys on base. But this one was insane. 11 1/3. I remember that he didn't win the game. Look, he's pitched 8, 7 2/3, 9, 9, 9, 8 2/3, 9, 9, 9, 11 1/3, 8, 8, 9. So that's Bob Gibson in the challenge. Now Denny McLain. And they're also pitching against the best pitchers all the time. They get them twice, 1 home, 1 away. I switch it so the games go every 5 days, so they had full rest. So Denny McLain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's 8-4. He has 1 no decision, but he's given up a crap load of home runs. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15 home runs in 13 games. So he gives up the gopher ball. Again, kind of interesting against the 2017 teams. All right, last call for alcohol, as we're going to be through before 2. Are there any last cards anyone would like to see? as D. Scott Howard keeps deleting his messages before I can read them. As Bobby's wondering why Al, Red Sox fan, has a baseball game issue. I love baseball games. I buy a ton of them. As he says, I'm just going to call you Al. That's fine, D. Scott. Remember, check out D. Scott Howard and his great GOAT videos. Let's see. Ooh, Dodgers. Kershaw. Seems like he never wins a big game. Clayton Kershaw. Well, he was hurt though, I think. But again, 9-5, 2.73. That's a damn good ERA. 2.73. Struck out 155. Gave up 17 gopher balls. Justin Turner. Where's the bearded wonder? Justin Turner. 312. 14 homers, 52 ribbies, struck out 54 times, walked 47 times, 518 slugging percentage. See when you cut down the strikeouts? I know he doesn't have the same homers and stuff. 406 on base. Where is... There he is, Cody Bellinger. 151 strikeouts. Ouch. 25 homers, 76 ribbies, 260 batting average, 470 slugging, 343 on base. Man, that's a lot of strikeouts. All right, let's look at Carl Yastrzemski, 1975. We're not yes, let's look at Carl Yastrzemski, 1975. How many times did Captain Carl strike out in 1975? Don't let me down, Carl. 67 times. So he had 543 at-bats. Again, he's a little older, but look, 543 at-bats. He walked 87 times, struck out 67 times, 14 homers, 60 ribbies. He played first base. He played left field. 269 batting average. All right. And I know Dave Kingman. Let's take a look for haha. Dave Kingman, 1975, played for the Mets. I'm almost positive. Yes, he did. There he is. Dave Kingman struck out 153 times. Ouch. 36 homers, 88 ribbies. So basically, there's a lot of Dave Kingmans in the league. A lot of Dave Kingmans. So as I think it was D. Scott Howard said, think how much money Dave Kingman would make. A lot of Dave Kingmans. And on that note, we shall call it a stream. So thank you very much. We just looked at some cards. If you want to see any of the other cards, excuse me, itchy nose, just leave me a message in comments, and I'd be more than happy to show you some more cards. Probably no one wants to see the cards, but I thought it would be kind of fun. So I want to say thank you to Bobby Cantillano, Ken Castro, D. Scott Howard, William Fergazzi. Thank you for spending some time with the Beatles Eternally. Thank you very much. We had some fun here. A little different card showing. You can see them better on the PC. For me, at least, I don't have a good a camera. Thank you to Mr. Utah Mike, aka Mr. Sports Time Machine. Remember to subscribe to that channel, Beatles Eternity's channel. Wonderful content creators. Bobby has a Facebook page. Check that out, where she sells arts and crafts. Lots of cool things. You should see what she sent to Johnny B. Crazy that has like this really cool gift box pertaining to Game of Thrones. We had Lounge Lizard, thank you. He's a Tigers fan. We had lots of people in the chat. It was a good chat. I was kind of all over the place with me because I just want to look at cards and show you cards. Tone's cool, thank you. Todd B, thank you. And it's not going to let me scroll up anymore, so if I missed you, I apologize. Clayton Parks was in the chat. Check out his interview with ID Jester. I'm halfway through. I'll finish it tomorrow. Farm One, Espo Strat Network, Joey Perchi, thank you. As he wanted Degrom with the Mets, which is outstanding, 1.70, 10 and 9. It would be interesting. I think we will try that against. I got to figure out how to put him on a better team. So thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. We talked a little baseball, and we'll leave you with the Degrom card. Let's go back to that. And then the Ohtani card. So again, Degrom, your Cy Young Award winner in the National League, 10 and 9, 1.70 ERA. Imagine if he had some run support. Again, just with going with the 19 games he had a decision, if he played for the Red Sox, I would have said he was 16 and 3. Not taking into account any other game he didn't have a decision. So that's the Degrom card. I'll leave it up for a second. And now the pitching card, everyone's all that you don't get in the set when you buy it. And again, I bought every set, so I have the extra set for this season, I mean. Ohtani. There's his pitching card. He was 4-2, 3.31. Struck out 63. Gave up 6 gopher balls. He had 10 starts. I don't know if he's pitching this year. I don't know if they're going to let him pitch. We'll just leave that up for a moment for people to take a look at. And that is it, folks. Till next time, health and happiness. Watch out for the curveball in the... Oh, nuts! You know what? Oh, it is coming up. Okay, good. I didn't think... I was like, that would suck if it wasn't coming up. There we go. So health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. And you know what's coming, folks. Peace! Bye-bye.